What's up YouTube? Welcome to Automotive Life. My name is Lucky and today's video is going to be insane. We're going to go over all the crazy, shady stuff that people are doing on Turo, HireCar, and other platforms to get kicked off. There's a lot of bad stuff happening in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I'm going to cover that as well, so this way you guys don't get caught up into that. But before I actually get into this whole thing, I need you to do me a huge favor and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me find more amazing people like yourselves that enjoy automotive content. Also, if you consider subscribing, I post, where's it at? Epic stuff like this all the time, so please do. And also click the notification bell. I keep forgetting to mention that. I post 3 times a week now. I'm going to be doing this on a regular, but I want to keep you guys up to date with the most information when it comes to the automotive industry. Whether you're a car dealer, you're looking to get in a rental car space, auto repair, auto body, or even that, we're going to start fixing cars on this channel as well. But like I said, we have a huge announcement coming out of Atlanta, Georgia with some crazy stuff going down. I just got off the phone with one of my clients and he just lost over $500,000 over the weekend. I'm going to get into it. Let's get into the video right now. Now, before I actually get into the main story, I want to go ahead and reiterate the reasons why I actually made this channel. Now, most of you guys know that I started in the automotive industry, when I was 18 years old. I started as a mechanic, opened up a few shops, body shops, rental cars, dealerships, everything else, and I learned my way up through. During this time, there wasn't a lot of information that people were sharing. Every time you asked for help, you want a little bit of guidance. There was nobody out there. And so after I sold my last dealership, I wanted to say, hey, you know what would be a fun thing during this pandemic is actually making a YouTube channel to help inform people and to give people the correct information so they don't get into trouble. And that's the main reason why I'm doing this video today, is there are so many people doing stupid stuff on Turo, HireCar, some of the other rental platforms. The business practices they're going over is completely wrong. I'm not going to call it any names, but I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people that are doing some really dumb things in Atlanta, Georgia right now. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of a breakdown before we actually get into the main story and some of the things to avoid. Now, one of the biggest things I tell everybody is, when you first start on this platform, you want to start off with maybe 1 car, 2 cars, something very small, and also, something that you plan on driving if for some reason the rental car business doesn't work out for you. I will never ever tell you to go out and basically max out your credit cards and buy a bunch of cars you can't afford and everything else. And there's a lot of these YouTube gurus that are telling these poor people to go out and max their credit cards, get 3-4 cars, go apply at the bank for like 7 cars at once and just get them all and then start renting them. No, these guys don't have a clue on what they're talking about. They're not actual business professionals. First thing I tell everybody, we're going to make you an LLC. We're actually going to use your corporate credit so it doesn't screw up your personal credit. There are banks and actual lines of credit that are designed for rental car companies. That's one of the things we preach in this channel. That's one of the things we teach in the class. I do not teach you how to get personally in debt and ruin your personal credit so you'd never be able to buy a house again. And that's what these guys are doing. And it pisses me off because they have, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers that are listening to these guys as nonsense, and it's a joke. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, like I said, never max yourself out. Always, kind of test the water, see if it's going to work for you. Buy a car that you're okay with keeping. That's the first thing. Second thing is follow the rules. If you're on, let's say, Turo, buy the cars that rent on Turo. If it's salvage, don't mess with it. It will not rent on Turo. Sometimes you can sneak things by. Don't do it. I see a lot of guys that buy older G-Wagons and put them as 2008s and use the wrong VIN numbers. Do not lie to Turo and HireCar. They will find out. If you get your rental car license, you want to make sure that you are properly insured, that you are actually up to date in all the licensing and everything else. And it's not that expensive and not that hard, but there's major repercussions if you don't do this, and that's what we're going to get into right now. So now that we got all that stuff out of the way, I'm going to talk about the main story of the day. So we got a call over the weekend from a friend that was a referral telling us about a client of his that got screwed over for over $500,000. So what happened was this particular client had a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, beautiful car. He was told by a broker that they needed this vehicle over the Memorial Day weekend. They were going to do some music videos, some photo shoots and stuff like that, which usually rents it out for about $3,500 a day. Well, the broker was like, oh, well, it's not going to be driven. I'm the only one that's going to drive it. We're just going to go from one music shoot to another video shoot, and then we're going to do a modeling shoot on Sunday. It's for an up-and-coming local artist. So this particular client said, you know what, if they're not driving it and this guy's taking care of it, then I'm okay. Now, a lot of these guys will tell you that, like I said, if you give them their car and they rent it through Turo, the insurance will cover it if they rent it through Turo. And this is pretty much where the problem happened. So this customer was told that his vehicle was not going to be driven by anybody but this particular gentleman, and that his car was going to be safe, locked in a garage, and kept after from him. What happened is this guy gave it to these two up-and-coming hip-hop artists that were going to take it from Atlanta down to Miami to party on Saturday and then drive back up Sunday. But unfortunately, on their way down, they messed up the car. They winded up crashing it in Miami on Saturday, and then on Sunday, they basically just left it on the side of the road, told them to come pick up their car. So my client, this new gentleman that we're dealing with, called us and he's like, what do I do? What are my options? And he starts telling us the story of, this broker. He's like, hey, what's up with my car? I thought you said it was only used for music video. These guys, crashed it in the middle of downtown LA. I'm getting calls from the police department. What are you going to do to resolve this issue? The broker was like, yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll pay for the damages, blah, blah, blah. And everything is done on quote unquote handshakes there. I've seen a lot of people do some really crazy stuff with cars in Atlanta, and I don't know why they do this. It's not that hard to go legit in Atlanta. It's actually pretty simple. It's much cheaper than in the state of Nevada and a lot of other states. I just don't know why they don't do it. But anyways, make a long story short, he's been calling this guy, this broker, for the last day and a half, saying, hey, I want my car back, I want my car back. Now the guy's totally ghosted him. The guy kept all the money, never gave this new client any money, for his Lamborghini. Now he's out a $300,000 or $400,000 car, just pretty much trash. And then on top of that, he's being sued by the person that actually is going after him. So now he has to hire attorneys. So probably between his attorney's fees and the loss of the vehicle, you're looking at over $500,000 in losses over one weekend because he did not pay attention to the laws and do it correctly. He was told that if he, gets in this little group network and they all flip and rent exotic cars and they're all buddies and everything is cool and everybody makes money. And it's great when everybody's making money, but when somebody crashes your car, it's a wrap. It completely changes. When I talked to this client on the phone, I told him that I have 4 people, not 1, 4 people in Atlanta that had the exact same thing happen to them, that these were quote unquote friends. They would rent the car from them, so they didn't really care too much about asking for deposits and securities. And then they give it to their friends, which they give it to their friends. So now their car is being rented out by like 4 other people. And I don't know why, but this happens a lot in Atlanta, Georgia. And the worst thing is, I was like, okay, did you have a GPS? He's like, no. What kind of insurance did you have on the vehicle? He had regular liability insurance. So I know for a fact that he cannot call on his personal policy after he gave his car knowingly to somebody else, and he can't call it in stolen because he's going to be committing insurance fraud. So we had to talk him out of that. So, he's going to probably lose, like I said, all this money. And now this broker got the money from these, these people that rented the car, crashed the car, and this guy's left holding the bag. So the moral of the story is, do not do this shady stuff. It's not that hard to get set up correctly. When it comes to these brokers, stay the hell away. There are some good people that, like here in Vegas, there's other rental car companies that we all share and network cars, but we do it through the business. We're all insured, we're all licensed businesses, so we have no problems. If somebody crashes a car, the customer's covered. We make sure that everything is right. These guys, it's a bunch of dudes just sharing cars between each other. And like I said, everything is fine when you're making money. It's when you have to pull money out of somebody else's pocket, that's when the whole group falls apart. And like I said, this is not the first time I've heard of this. There's been multiple people. This is a really big thing in Atlanta. So I actually know a lot of professional rental car companies in Atlanta, Georgia, that are getting out of business for this particular reason because, with insurance and costs and startup, if they have, let's say, a Lamborghini Huracan and they're renting it out for, let's say, $1,800 a day, and then these guys got some guy that's desperate that can't make a payment on their car, how much? I'll give you $800 for the day. And then they turn around and charge somebody another, $500-$600 on top of it, while they're undercutting people that are actually legit, that have insurance, that have licenses, that actually, put big money down on the cars, that are licensed set up businesses, and they're beating the prices, and these people are renting them, and that's the problem. Is all the stuff is just falling apart. So before they kill the market in Georgia, I'm telling you guys, don't do this stuff, because you're going to hurt the industry. Because everybody that I'm talking to right now is scared, because this is why a lot of insurance companies do not do business with new startup exotic rental car companies, because they do a lot of shady stuff. They crash these cars. They're always constantly calling in on claims, and now the policies are very, very expensive. So, I just wanted to share this information. Like I said, I love Turo. I love hire car. I love the exotic rental car business. I love the regular rental car business. I love renting out U-Hauls and minivans. There's great money out there. It's a very fun business, and you can build some long-term wealth and residual income with these particular businesses if you do it correctly. So, if you have any questions, like if you can't tell already, I answer every single one in the comment section below. I have no problem. If you're one of these guys in Atlanta that's kind of doing it shady, give me a call. Shoot me a message down there below. I have no problem helping people answer questions, the correct ways to do it, how to get cars out of your personal name into your company name. It's not that hard, but it's just, like I said, a lot of people are doing it the wrong way. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for a little bit of the rant, but when I got this call and this poor guy lost $500,000 over, just some broker that wanted to make a few bucks on top of his car, renting out to a bunch of idiots, that's what kills me, is because now this guy, like I said, is out $500,000 and there's nothing he can do. So anyways, end of the rant. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you learned anything. Also, like I said, consider subscribing. I'll be posting stuff like this all the time. Also, follow me on Instagram. I'm way more popular on there, automotive.life, and we'll see you next video.